You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, welcome to Masters in Trading Live. My name is Jonathan Rose. Today, we're going to talk about lithium. I'm not sure if you realize this, but in July, lithium was up 15%. Lithium is really starting to make a move, and so we got some questions in our Discord about lithium. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how I break down that entire sector. Guys, my name is Jonathan Rose. I get on here live 11 a.m. every day the stock market's open. Go over the market, share some thoughts once in a while. We'll share our trade of the day. I got the chat open. Good morning, everybody. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. We continue to carry a hot stick because our trades are working out really nicely. We'll go over a few of them, but we're really going to focus on lithium today. So let's get to it. All right, going to share the screen. Got the chat open. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. All right, let me go over some trades that we had to take off this morning. I shared this trade on June 2nd. Deep sea mining, a new frontier in critical mineral supply. We talked about TMC. Hopefully you guys could see that. TMC trading at 490. Well, TMC this morning traded up to 670, and we are getting out of our TMC trade. Our 5 calls, $1.50, about $2 here, but we crushed on this trade. So really good job, guys, in TMC. Who had TMC? Let me get a show of hands in the chat, just so people watching can see. Lots of folks had the metals company. We got another one, though, guys. It wasn't just TMC. Another glockenspiel coming your way, because we had PCG, the P&G Corp. There it is. Yes, 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 I did. Hooray for TMC. Yes, 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 yes. Great job. Well, PCG, guys, is another one. Today is August 4th. July 10th, July 17th, we shared some trades in PCG. Why did we share them? Because there was gnarly, unusual option activity. They were buying up the pants of PCG. 14 calls. We're able to get in for 65 cents and for 82 cents. And this morning, we took these calls off for $1.25. We are still long PCG. More glockenspiels. Who had PCG? Attaboys, attagirls, TMC, PCG, we are swinging a hot stick. Let's get into the lithium trades, guys. Here we go. Before I do that, guys, I always say we're going to jump off to our all access. Well, not even counting TMC, which is an all access trade, our all access positions are right here. In 2025, 11 positions, 6 winners. 2024, 7 positions, 5 winners. Overall returns, you can see we are doing smackingly well. If anybody wants to jump in and try what we do at Masters in Trading, go to investorplace.com/challenge 2025. Okay, here is our lithium. Danger Cat in our Discord. I'm working on doing some comparison charts of lithium. A couple of us are getting different results. Could you help us with this? Yeah, my pleasure. Let's go over lithium right now. So here's what lithium has been doing, guys. Going back to 2024. Okay, lithium was strong and then took a beating in April, June, going into April, April 1st, Liberation Day. Market gets crushed. We have that big, beautiful bill. Pretty much everything reversed from that big Liberation Day. But you can see, here's what lithium is doing. How can we make money trading lithium? Well, here's the study that I did. I wanted to do some work over the weekend on lithium names. So you could pause this and write these down. But when I look at the lithium sector, here's every name that I'm looking at. SQM and ALB are going to be our tier ones. SQM, ALB. I also added the ETF in the tier one. And I added the ETF because of liquidity. Now, tier two names, we have SGML and LAC. And then we talk about tier three names, PLL. Now, I want to show you why I break these into different tiers. So here we have lithium. And if we look at the market cap of lithium, of these lithium companies, the two tier ones are SQM right here and ALB, right? Market cap. Look at the market cap of the companies. When I'm looking at different companies in the same sector, the companies that have a similar market cap are the ones that are going to be the most correlated. So I'm really looking at SQM and ALB and also LIT against one another. Now the tier two names, look, they have a $500 million market cap. They're both probably going to be very correlated, SGML and LAC, but they won't be as correlated to SQM and ALB. Finally, the tier three PLL, more speculative, look at the market cap, 161 million. Does it make sense why 161 million small cap, very speculative company is going to be more volatile than a $10 billion company? Also, look at the implied volatility. Notice how the implied volatility is much higher for the more speculative companies. Okay? That's because there's far more uncertainty when the companies are much smaller. Does this make sense, guys? I want to stop here. I just want to get a Y in the chat or an N if this doesn't make sense. We do this in so many different sectors. To repeat, right now we're just looking at lithium, but you can't look at all of the lithium names against one another. I want you to look in the lithium names and the tier ones, like the big movers and shakers, let those drive your decisions. And the other ones are just little guppies. They're just going to follow along. They don't have a brain of their own. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. Because in this next slide, I did this live with you guys rather than going over this again. But in this next slide, before I get to that, we're going to look at all of the lithium companies. And so let me do this right here. And so let's see if we can simplify this for you guys as much as possible. We're only going to look at our tier ones. Apply. Okay. We're only looking at our tier ones. When we do this, the purple is SQM. The purple is ALB. The ETF is LIT. And the white is SQM. We always want to look at this in different time frames. This is 6 months. What happens if I look at it 2 years? If I look at it in 2 years, ALB has underperformed SQM and has underperformed the ETF. What if I put the whole industry on there and SGML as well and LAC? And then again, if I just go comparison, I'm using Thinkorswim in here, guys. Add selected. I hit this cog here. I go and put a PLL, our Piedmont Lithium, our third tier, the most speculative. Let's see if we can do this in peach. Okay, apply. Okay. Now, notice how everything that's not in our tier one is garbage. okay, they are going to follow the big movers and shakers of the industries. So in order to trade this, you really want to look at the tier ones, and then you may also consider a trade in those tier twos. If we look shorter term, I always want to see what's been going on lately. Here's what it looks like lately. Look at them as lines, guys. Look at them that they're all moving together. I look at them as lithium. I don't look at them as individual companies. Look at this orange guy. This orange might be interesting, but the orange is SGML. The orange is one of our tier twos. So in order to get into lithium, I'm not going to start with a tier two trade. So I may take this off. Let's hide SGML. Let's hide LAC. Let's hide PLL. And I think right now, ALB is some really good value for those looking to get long lithium. I think out of the tier ones, if you wanted to make a bullish bet on lithium, if you continue to think it's going to follow through, well, in my opinion, because of what you see in front of you, I think ALB is the best value. That's how we look at individual sectors, guys. Is there ever a point, I got a question here from Chandra, is there ever a point in time where the implied vol is too high and you always decide to stay away? Yeah, oh my God, always. Always. Great questions. So is there a time where implied vol is just too expensive? Yeah. Rigetti. Right now, implied volatility is too expensive for me to trade. Okay? Maybe it has an earnings event. I don't know if the earnings are in August or whatever, but when you see implied volatility comfortably above 120, 130, do not buy options, guys. Stay away. Do not buy options. Okay? Again, guys, the easiest way to get into our premium community is going through the challenge. You can get in there. Just head over to investorplace.com/challenge 2025. Roger, he calls us the greatest community in the world. Snowman, have trouble explaining to his wife. He started with 4K. His account's now at $30,000. So great job. Thank you everybody for joining. We're going to be live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, just like we are every single day. The market is open. For everybody in our all access group, we're going to dive into some of our open positions. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys live tomorrow. All access. We'll be right back.